Hello there guys, and welcome to another virtual walk around here at the EHOC HQ. Now today we're joined by the Alpine White BMW 318D M Sport Touring. It's a lot of words, it's a lot of car, and it's got quite a lot of spec as well that I think you're really going to enjoy looking at in greater detail. So we'll start off, you can see the solid white Alpine white paintwork. It isn't a metallic, as I say, it is a solid flat colour. It is glossy, it's not satin, but it looks really nice against the black styling. And moving down, you've got your headlights here, which aren't halogen, which a lot of people expect on a 318, and you've also got your halo LED daytime running lights. Moving down, you've got parking distance control, honeycomb grille, and of course you've got your front fog lights just there. And you'll notice that the M Sport specific bumpers are really nice and sharp and angular, and it gives it that more sporty and performance aesthetic appearance. So you've got your chrome kidney grille with your gloss black inserts, and you've got your further front parking sensors and honeycomb grille all the way around. Got a real nice smooth bonnet with all the nice curve lines again, which do give it a nice little bit of a scoop, and they give it a real nice aesthetic appearance. Moving down, you have of course got your nice great big 18-inch 400M multi-spoke alloy wheels, and they are of course finished in ferric silver. Moving round, you can see you've got the side skirt extensions just there with a bit of an arch and a kink, which give it the real nice aesthetic sports appearance as well. Got the M badging on the wing. Moving up, you've got your gloss black roof rails just there. You've also got your high gloss shadow line, which is of course the tinted privacy glass, and around the windows it has been de-chromed. Got your Alpine white mirrors with your black covers just underneath, and you've also got your gloss black B pillars just there. Moving around, you can see that the car's in fine fettle. No dinks, no dents, no scratches, no shock horrors, and certainly no surprises when you turn up at HQ to see it for yourself. You have as well got your BMW rear light LED cluster just here, and you've got rear parking distance control as well, and you also have the reverse camera on there. You can see you've got your one single exit exhaust under the titanium grey diffuser. You've also got the BMW staple pieces of the high level brake light inbuilt on the lip spoiler and the shark fin antenna. And moving down, if you look here, you can see you're on candid camera. Now the boot is opened automatically from underneath once you press it, and you can see it's a really substantial sized boot, more than capable of fitting in everyday luggage. If you've got kids, if you've got pets, if you're a businessman that's travelling, this car really is ideal for pretty much anyone going anywhere. You've got further storage in there. Just further down you've also got your tyre kit, and you can see you can lift it up there, and you've got your extra little, and you can see if you lift it up you've got your little separator and toolkit and towing bar too. To close the boot, click that button, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, as they say, and hey presto, your boot is down. But you can see as a car, aesthetically, it's a really good looking bit of kit. No badges on this, and nobody would be able to tell you if that was a 318 or a 335D. And of course you've got loads of different options as well. You could have the alloys blacked if you really wanted to match it with the windows. You could get black mirror covers, you can get black kidney grills. You can do so many different things with these. But the reason they're reliable is they're full of space, they're full of tech, and they're so practical and reliable. And they also, of course, being a diesel, give you great fuel efficiency. So that's all I can tell you about the outside. Let me head on in and show you what the inside has to offer you as well. So, the inside of the 318D, the first thing no doubt you'll see is that pearl blue chrome outline that goes all the way across the dash and flows lovely into each door card. That of course is the colourway of the M Sport, and you do also have the aluminium hexagonal trim as well to accompany it. So moving down, we'll go on this door card first, and you can see that is a hexagonal trim that I was on about, and you've got the pearl blue chrome just there. And moving down, you've got electrically adjustable mirrors, and you've got the electric windows and deadlock, and you've also got the black on black Dakota leather on half of the door card too. Moving in, you've got your door inlay just here, which is of course got the M Sport logo, and you can see you've got your manual seats, which do also have the really nice extra of the leg extender there. So if you are doing a lot of business journeys, a lot of different trips, a lot of commutes. If you want to lie back a bit further and really stretch your legs out, you have that option. But you can see you've got the sports seats here with a nice supportive bolsters. Black on black Dakota leather again. Staple piece of most BM interiors. Really comfy, really durable, and a really, really nice seating position as well. And moving on from there, you can see you've got the SA DCT gear stick, which of course means it's a semi-automatic, and you do have the use of the paddle shift as well. And moving across, you've got the real nice bit for the driver. You've got the 3-spoke multifunction Napa leather steering wheel, which of course has got your cruise control, and it's got your voice control, and of course your volume as well. And on there you have got the nice little M branded logo, just so you never forget what you're in. And in the rear, just before we sit down and show you everything else, you can see that you've got that real nice bolster seating as well, just in the rear. Really good condition, no sags, no rips, no tears. You've got Isofix in there as well. It's a really, really nice setup, and one that I'm pretty sure anybody who sits in the back will be more than comfortable and more than happy enough to stay there for a long time. Now, moving in, what can I tell you about the car from the inside? I can tell you one big, real optional extra that most Beamers don't come with nowadays, this has as standard, and that is working indicators. Now, to use these, it's quite simple. So all you need to do is you turn your car on, you listen to your fuel reserve message, which of course will be topped up before anybody comes down, and then what you can see, if you get that indicator and you flick it up, that really, really rare, lovely emerald green arrow, that will indicate to other people that you wish to go right or left. These are most commonly used when you're on a highway, on the motorway, or on a normal rural road. But that is an optional extra that not many BMWs seem to come equipped with in recent memory. Now, all jokes aside, the instrument cluster. Full black panel display, you've got the nice analog clocks with the red and white contrast font. Petrol cap on the left, you've also got your fuel gauge and your data here for anything fuel related, and you've also got your consumption and range just in the instrument cluster there. You can see on the right you've got your miles per gallon, you've got your revometer, and on here you've got your temperature as well. So to change this little digital menu, you have a button on the indicator stalk and you click on BC. That'll bring up your average, it'll bring up your average speed, it'll also bring up the date, or you can take it off altogether and put the time on. For me, I would have the range left in the tank. Now you can also see that on the wheel you've got this side, which of course again is your volume control, your voice control, your Bluetooth telephone, and you've got cruise control and your speed limiter just here. On the right stalk you do have of course your window wipers, and down on this side you have your fog lights and your automatic lighting. Now moving around onto here, you have got the smaller nav on this. It isn't a Pro Nav, it's just the standard BMW Nav System, but nonetheless it's still a really nice use, it's really simple to use, and that is of course controlled using the iDrive just here. So if you flick that across, you'll be able to get into a sub menu, and you can go through all the different options on here of where you want to go, where you want to be. You can see it's really, really nice, really well done. It's just a wicked little system. A lot of people go absolutely mad for the Pro Nav, but I don't really think it's essential. As long as you've got one that works, you can get where you need to go. You can see you click start guidance and you'll be on the road and done. Now we'll go through the menu itself. So you've got multimedia at the top, which of course is your CD, your external devices, which are your Bluetooth, your auxiliary or your USB. And you've also got your sound options just here, of which you can change. And you'll also notice there's no Harman Kardon and there is no Logic 7 in this vehicle. You've got your radio, FM, AM and DAB. But if we're honest, let's face it, you're never ever going to use FM or AM if you've got DAB. Now you've also got Bluetooth telephone, so if you click on there, click on Bluetooth devices, add new device. As somebody's done with their iPhone, you'll easily be set up and able to talk on the go. You've got navigation, which we've gone through. You've got your contacts. You've got your BMW connected drive, which of course you would need to speak to a BMW dealer or BMW Direct, and they'll reactivate that as your subscription has expired. You've also got the most important one, which is vehicle information. Now, if you go on vehicle status, you'll be able to see you can get into the service menu. So it's your tyre pressures, it's your reset, you've got your engine oil level, you can measure it, service requirements, and check control. So check control will tell you if there's any issues. As you can see, this one, we have actually got just over a bit of a tank left. We've got probably about 44 miles, so it says we're on our reserve, but there's still plenty in there. And you can click on the most important one, which is service requirements. And on this, you can bring up the service history. So you'll see on this car, it's stacked by a full BMW history, and of course, one that we've done here as well. So you've got 2018, 19, 19, 20, 20 again, 2021. And we, of course, would have done one here at 36,280 miles as well. And you can also see when your inspection's due, check your engine oil, check your brake fluid, your next vehicle check, and you can check your brake pads as well. So that really is the most important one. But on there, you can also check your dynamics at the top, and that'll just give you how well you're driving. It'll give you the analysis here once you start driving and see how green your type of driving really is. You can go quick reference, picture search, or owner's handbook. But if you wanted to search for anything on here, you can see you've got opening and closing, adjusting, displays. Really is the owner's manual in short form digitally. You've got your trip computer, which you can pull up, so you can see that the miles per gallon isn't bad on this at all. But what we'll do, we'll reset that so the new owner can measure their own completely from the start. So if you're like me and you like that performance and sports aesthetic, you can look at this and you can get your power and your torque all the way up as well. Now what you can also do, of course, is you can go back onto this, onto the menu, and you can get onto settings, and you can change your control display. So you've got all the different bits on there. You can change your time and date, your language, connection, sound, speed. So if you click on there, you can get a speed warning. You've also got your climate control, so you can see that it all starts on there. You've also got your lights, so you can change your ambient lighting. So that is obviously only the two, classic or sport. And you can see the brightness, where it is, the one touch turn signal, your welcome light. It's just really, really impressive. Your doors, your key. I mean, you've got so many different options in sub menus. It really, really is quite stacked. You've got your driving profiles, and you can update your software from BMW as well. So that really is everything that you can do on there. And moving down, you can see that real nice hexagonal aluminium trim with a pearl blue chrome as well, surrounds the air vents. You've also got your deadlock, and you've got your manual heating and hazard lights too. Now you've also down here got your old school setup just above for your media, so you can click on mode, which is your different sources. This is tuning, and these kids, for the millennials that don't know, because everything's digital, these are buttons that you press, and what these do, they change your track, or they change to the station you want. This is also a CD player. CDs for the millennials are round discs that play music. Not everything was available to pull from the sky and the clouds. Now moving down, you've got your heated seats for both the passenger and the driver. You've got your full front screen, you've got your full rear screen, and you've got where the air is distributed into the cabin for the passenger and the driver. You've also got the severity and the ability to control here how much air is blown into the cabin from said fans. You've also here got auto or manual on the recirc, and you've got max air conditioning as well. Now this is obviously a dual zone climate control, so I can make the driver really cold, the passenger really hot, but if I want to do it together, I can just turn auto off and I can flick that, and it'll automatically sync directly to what I want to do. Click on air conditioning, or you can have the manual heating. And moving down here, you can see you've got a little bit of storage, and you've got two cup holders with a 12-volt charger, and that also pulls across if you don't like the look of it open. Now on here, you have got your DCT gearbox. There are no paddle shifters on this model. It doesn't come with it on this particular car, but it's a really nice, easy, simple to use. So foot on the brake, you can see there's an unlock button here. Pull that down, and your green light highlights which gear you're in. You'll also see in the middle of the instrument cluster there's a D now because we're in drive. When we put it into reverse, that will change to R, And you'll also know because your reverse camera and parking distance control will also illuminate on screen. You can put it down into neutral, and then of course that's N, and then on there. But if you put it into drive and you want a more manual feel, a more in control feel, similar to a manual gearbox, flick that to the left, and now that is in the sports gears. So you can see on there now, that's in S1. So what that'll do, that'll give you a higher rev ratio, a bit of a better throttle response, and it'll allow the car to give you a bit more torque and pull it that little bit more. You can also use it manually like this. As you can see, there's 8 gears on this one, and I can change from every single gear on the 8-speed DCT using that myself. So if you're driving and you want to use that to change it up a gear, you pull the lever down. If you want to change it down a gear, you push the lever up. So as I say, you're driving, you're at, I don't know, 4,000 revs, you change it, you change it, you change it, you change it. You can see it's really, really simple to use. But if you get sick of that, just knock it back to the left, and that's back in drive as well. Knock it to the left again, that's back in sport. Now down here, you've got traction control off, because obviously the BMWs are rear wheel drive, so that just allows it to be a little bit more excitable, shall we say, in not great conditions. You've also got your 4 driving modes here. You've got Eco Pro for the Go Greeners and the Warriors, which means it will measure your consumption. And as you can see, your fuel efficiency and your charge rate pops up in the instrument cluster. You've also got Comfort, which just automatically adapts the car to give you the most comfortable ride and pleasant driving experience that you can possibly have. You've got Sport, which, like the gear stick, that will give you an upright throttle response, tighter steering, and a few other little bits and bobs. And Sport Plus, which does all of the above. And then of course you have dynamic traction control off. So basically you've got rear wheel drive. Now you've also got your audible parking sensors just here, and your iDrive system just there. You've got a handbrake, and again for the millennials, that means you are not in control of your car. If it's in drive and you've got your parking brake down, you are going to move. If you pull it up, that will stop the car moving, but it will still try because it's in drive. To stop that, click P, you're in park, parking brakes on, you're good to go. Now on here, you've also got your Dakota leather with the black stitching as well. Just on there, open it up, you've got a little bit of storage, your auxiliary and your USB port. So that, guys, really is everything that I can tell you about this 318D. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's kept you entertained. And millennials, please don't be too offended. We just like to make everything as fun as it can be here at Emerald HQ. Now, if you've never been down to Emerald HQ or you're not familiar, well, you still need a little bit of reassurance on this 318D. Just remember that every single car here at Emerald, including this, are treated to the 128-point check prior to retailing. That just means that our vastly experienced team of techs in our on-site RAC approved facility give this car the absolute most meticulous once-over you've ever seen in your life. And that inspection form can be found on our adverts as well. But that means we look over it cosmetically, mechanically. We service every single car that comes in here at Emerald, and that just stops any cross-contamination of products, and we know exactly what has been used should you have an issue. If there's anything less than 6 months MOT as well, we will put a fresh ticket on there for you. So what else is there to ask? Well, we also do finance, and of course we welcome part exchange. So if you do have any queries about the car, the video, or anything else that you think about the Emerald brand, do please get in touch with us here, and we'll be more than happy to help. Thanks very much for taking your time to watch the video, and we really look forward to seeing you at HQ in the distant future.